Alright, this is lesson 19 for 7th grade, and today we're talking about perimeter. And just a reminder of what perimeter is: it's the distance around an object. So basically, if we're ever trying to find perimeter of like a square, a rectangle, a triangle, some sort of polygon, which we talked about yesterday, we are going to add up all the side lengths in order to figure that out. So something where this would be applicable would be like fencing in a yard. You have to figure out how big your yard is and how far around your yard you have to go to put a fence up, so you'd have to figure out each side length of your yard. So something like that would be like perimeter. So we jumped into some examples here, and just as a reminder, perimeter is the distance around an object. The length of a rectangle is 3 centimeters and the width is 2 centimeters. What is the perimeter of the rectangle? Well, we actually have a formula for it. For rectangle perimeters, but we won't really get into that. What I want the students to do right now is just think about what perimeter is. Later we'll get into the formula and all that good stuff, and I will show it to you. So we have a width of 2 centimeters, and it's a rectangle. So those two sides are the same. Length is the same too. Alright. Immediately some of the students wanted to do 3 times 2. That's area. We're not talking about area, we're talking perimeter. So perimeter means we're going to add all of our sides up. Well, that's 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3. So 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 2 is 7, plus 3 is 10. So 10 centimeters should be what we get there. For a rectangle, that formula I was talking about, and it's hanging up in my room, is perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So we would take 2 times whatever our length is, which is 3, 2 times 3, plus 2 times 2, since our width was 2 centimeters. So we do 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 2 is 4, and we still happen to get 10 centimeters. And that's what we should have gotten here. 10 centimeters right there. Now also yesterday, as I said, we talked about polygons. Now this one asks for what is the perimeter of this regular hexagon. Remember that regular means all the angles are the same and all the side lengths are the same. So we have 8 millimeters here. That means this is going to be 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. And if we take a shortcut here, we have a hexagon. That's a 6-sided figure. We can confirm that with our figure over there. 6 sides that are 8 millimeters long gives us 48 millimeters for that one. Alright, so a little review on what polygons are. And our next one gets a little trickier. Here we're talking about finding the perimeter of a polygon. We're assuming that all the angles are right angles and the dimensions are in feet. Okay. The thing about this one is we're missing a couple side lengths. Alright. If we look at the bottom here, how are we going to figure out how long this bottom is? Well, we look here. That's the whole thing, the whole bottom part there. And we know that from here to here, it's 8. So if we were to extend this down, we'd have 8 for length there. And then the rest of it looks like it's 4. So if we add that together, we get a 12-foot bottom there. Now we look at our other missing part right here. My green marker is going a little dead there. We're looking for that. Well, we know the whole thing is 11, and from here to here, here to here, it's 5. and it has to make up 11. So this should be 11 minus 6, or 11 minus 5, sorry, which is 6. So now we have all of these sides here. We've got 11, 12, 5, 4, 6, and 8. So we'll add all those together. We have 11, 12, 5, 4, 6, and 8. Add all these together. 14, 18, 20, 25, 26, 32, 2 plus 2, 46. So we should get 46 feet. 46 feet for that one. So the biggest challenge with that type of problem is you got to figure out what your missing side lengths are first. Eventually we'll be getting into finding the area of an object like that, and that's a little, it's kind of the same thing, a little bit different, obviously because we'll be talking about area, but that one will have multiple ways to figure that one out. We'll get into that in the future. The near future, actually. So we'll look forward to that. Alright. Now this one goes backwards. The perimeter of a square is 48 feet. So we know the perimeter is 48. How long is each side? And it's important to know that we're talking about a square. Alright, so we have a square with unknown lengths. So we'll just call those x, 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 x. We know that all sides have to be the same. So basically what we have here is x plus x plus x plus x equals our perimeter, which is 48. So if we added all these up, we should get 48. This actually means we have 4x here equals 48. Or one way you could look at it is 4 times one of your side lengths will give you 48. And as we know, how do we solve for a multiplication problem? Well, we're going to use our inverse of division. So we'll divide on both sides. So we have 4 divided by 4 is 1. So x equals 48 divided by 4, which should give us 12. So we should be looking at 12 feet there. And we confirm that right there. So 12 there. And if we really wanted to check that, we could go, okay, 12 plus 12 is 24, plus 12 is 36, plus 12 is 48. So there's always a way to go back and check too. Okay, my eraser. I believe I have one more. Last one here. This is what I was talking about before. If you have a fence, Isabel wants to fence some grazing land for her sheep. She made this sketch of her pasture. How many feet of wire fence does she need? Alright, well these are the outskirts of her pasture, so in order to figure out how much fence we need, that's the distance around the pasture, we need to add up our sides. So 250, 202, 150, and 175. Add all those up. 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 7 is 17. Carry our 1. 2 plus 2, 4, plus 1, 5, plus 2, 7. 777 feet. That's how much fence should we need. Alright, I will get our homework link up to date, so our homework will be out there. And yeah, that was perimeter. We'll review.